versus AI support. Quora asks, what's the best way to start using AI in a solo business without getting overwhelmed? And I would say the easiest place to start is to stop trying to adopt AI and use it in a bunch of different areas. All I want you to do is focus on one set of problems. And more importantly, I want you to understand the things you're having issues with before you use AI. I think the biggest and most systemic issue we have right now is that everyone under the sun is using AI. So much so that they don't actually use it to improve their knowledge and understanding, right? So they don't use it to improve their knowledge and understanding. And so effectively what occurs is they just start having it do stuff. Do my marketing, do my sales, do my outreach, do my messaging, do my business plan, do my product research, do my sales research. And you don't do any of the work yourself. Even if you're bad at business and you don't know what you're doing, I want you to go through the grueling process of learning a little bit. If you just rely on AI for everything, you're not going to actually understand how anything works, because no one I've talked to yet reads anything AI gives them. They just skim it and go, that looks great. And then they go on to the next. I don't want you to do that. So start simple. I want you to look at 5 problems, write them down, make sure you try to understand them to the best of your ability. Then I want you to iteratively go through one of those throughout the next week. Not all of them, one of them. Get that thing in place, get it working. Validate that it works, validate it that it helps you, whether it's just creating a document, creating some content, creating an image, creating a script, outlining a plan that you follow, or something that it helps to automate. Do that, do it once, do it well. Do business, not AI. From there, then go to the next one. That's how I want you to start. So short answer is, keep it simple. I want you to high level the basics, outline the things that are your biggest priorities, and start with one of them and get it working. This is from Small Business Reddit. Go SP says, what did you automate first, and did it actually pay for itself? When it comes to automating tasks in a business, there are a lot of things that you can automate. I would argue the best thing that you could do to your business, and this is what I did for myself and others, is to automate speed to lead. There's 100 different things you could do, but if you can speed up the process of getting in front of someone after they've shown interest with you, it is arguably the single easiest driver or improvement you can make to grow your business, to get someone to continue the conversation, get them to a meeting, turn them into a sale. And so if you don't have a process already in place to handle when someone fills out a form, submits something on an ad, replies to an email, and you aren't replying to those people in under 5 minutes, set up an automation to help you do that. Whether it's 1 touch point, 2 or 5, put that thing in place, use it as a bridge to help get them to the next step. That would arguably be the easiest, most effective thing that will truly make a difference. A lot of the other things, I find that some people automate too many of the weird, nuanced, wrong stuff, or just things that they sucked at from the beginning and hoping that AI does an okay job, and then it ends up doing like a half-baked job. Like, it's better than nothing, but not nearly as good as it could be. So do the basics. So stick with speed to lead and streamlining like personalized follow-up depending on the way or what they filled out or how they engage with you. This one's also from Reddit. It's a small business. It's from Bad6389. What is the one task you finally automated that saved you the most time? I would argue the thing that saved us the most time is meeting notes and automating the task curation. The way that we do it is for our team, when we have our roundup meetings, whether it's in person or online, we use an AI note taker. And so all it's doing is it is just simply pulling the transcription from our call. It is then, whether it's with a client or with our team internally, outlines the topics and then the proposed likely tasks. It's like an 80-20 scenario. So it covers 80% of the bulk and does a great job summarizing everything. And then we then have that go to a separate agent that goes, okay, what are these? Who in our team owns these tasks? Can I assign it to that person? And then can I align it to a client that we have? If it can't be aligned to a client, it will at least be aligned and attached to that call or that conversation so that they can assign it manually if necessary. Or I should say, and it also gives them a summary. And so that was probably the thing that probably saved the most time, which is fine task management, because we all hate managing tasks. If I'm being honest, I don't like it, but we need to have something that provides some structure, especially because not everyone writes stuff down. As much as I would recommend it, if you aren't actively writing things down, you do need a place to know what's going on for this client, what's going on for that client. Have people been getting things delivered? Are people happy? Are there any actions that should be done? And so that's probably the thing that saved the most time, because before, probably spending 8 hours a week just goofing around with tasks. This one's from Ramirez09 on Reddit. What business workflows are actually worth automating with AI right now? My recommendation is the high volume, low judgment, repetitive. If I'm just ignoring the speed to lead, and then if I'm ignoring automating like the manual bloat work, I want to focus on high volume actions. So stuff that we do often, stuff that we have low judgment, which means low likelihood of error, and it's typically written out. It's already got a proven workflow and a process, and it's very repetitive. And so it's a little thing that we can do every single time. So we can draft first passes on proposals. We could sort inbound leads. We can turn a transcript into a follow-up email. We can have some basic analysis of, was the call good or bad? Do I need to move this person here? Do I need to go and, I don't know, get a certain piece of data or validate some data within our system? I recommend using AI if you're just going to get yourself started and want to start using it more broadly. I would have AI draft stuff, do some research, and bring it back to the humans within the team, because guess what? A business is built around people. So do that. That would probably be how I would recommend. If you've already been more established, then I would maybe recommend implementing some actions where you use AI more automatically through steps, but that would probably be the most high leverage starting. Question from Quora asks, how could small businesses use it without needing a full team? That's a perfect question. And we actually see it quite a bit, especially with non-tech savvy people. You don't need an engineering team to use AI. You can just download ChatGPT and let them take all your data, or Claude, or whatever tool, right? Doesn't really matter. Really, the thing that matters is that you give it constraints. You have constraints. And so you have a goal in mind. You do not just talk with it with a broad, this is for the sake of this conversation. You do not talk with it for a broad opening of like, here's anything and everything about my business. How do I make it better? You go, hey, I'm having issues with this one thing. How can we improve it? Here's what I'm currently doing. Here's what I want to get as a result that I think is like at minimum what we should expect. And how can you identify anything that I'm doing wrong? How can we improve it? Or so on. Like use it like that. Like I would use it as a way to get input and feedback on a working process, on an existing process first. Then use it to help put little pieces in place in the organization. That's how I would use it. You need like $20 a month. You spend the $20 a month, start trying out the AI. You're not using it to replace your team. You're using it to elevate your team. If you're not elevating your team, I think you're using AI for the wrong reason. You should be using it to help your team get more out of their day so that they don't have to spend a full 40 on something. They could spend those 40 hours or 30 hours because of the change in necessary time on the work that matters most, which is the stuff that's going to drive revenue, have good touch points with human beings, and help businesses grow, right? So another core question, small business owners who switched from calling answering service, did it save money or did customers just get annoyed talking to a bot? We went through a phase where we tried using an AI agent ourselves, and we've also voluntarily installed it with a handful of clients, and also looked at ones that were already put in place. I know there's people that have been seeing really good success with it, but personally, I don't like it. And most of our clients didn't actually care for it either. So it's not really something I side with. It really depends what you want to point it at. If it's basic routing, then that's something, right? Like if it's basic details, it's not handling personal information. If it's not actually expected to answer really complex questions, I say that it can be okay. But I do think, look, maybe we're all old fashioned, but we want to talk to a person. If I want to complain, I want to complain to a person. I don't want to complain to AI. I want to complain to a person, and I don't want it to stutter and give me its very corporate-y, jargony response. That's my thoughts. So I personally wouldn't recommend using voice. at this point, I would just get better at everything else and just get really good at being perfect on the phone. If you can communicate like a Chick-fil-A employee on the phone call, you're going to be crushing it against your competition. Another question from Quora. What AI tools help service businesses avoid missing client follow-ups? Honestly, just use your CRM. Whatever CRM you're using, if you don't have one, get one, is probably where I'm going to refer you. You don't need AI for reminding you to do client follow-ups. What you need is better systems and process. You need AI in less places versus more. What you really efficiently need is clean systems, order of operations. If you aren't able to handle your follow-ups, it means your order of operations suck. Okay? So just fix that. Then you can use AI to help kick off things, but you already need a working process. So AI isn't going to solve it. But if you need an answer, just pay for ChatGPT, Claude, spend a few bucks to have it help draft some stuff if you really want to sound like AI like everyone else. If you're just doing follow-ups, just build the workflow I mentioned earlier. Curate some basic tasks, some basic workflows based on your deal stage or your offers. That's what I recommend. For a question is, as a small business owner, just using AI marketing make my brand seem impersonal? It's a good question. I would argue it does, and it makes you look like everyone else. And I would argue you are going to actually win by putting yourself on screen, as terrible as your content may be, just like myself, and talking to the camera, talking to the people, instead of using AI and having a stock motion version of yourself in every scene. Because everyone's using AI. Everyone's using it for everything. And most people that are using it for marketing actually don't even understand the concepts of marketing as a whole. And so everyone's looking the same. You all look the same if you're going to use AI to create flat advertising or posters or documents. And so if you want to look different, if you want to feel different, try to not use AI. Maybe you use it to give you some concepts and some directions, but you should be the one using it. That's how I would go about trying to use it to make you feel less impersonal. Question from Reddit has anyone here actually built a profitable AI-based business yet? Yes. The short answer is it depends on how you mean AI-based. AI-based service business, AI-based product business, AI fulfillment. How are you processing this? It's technically still AI service. We run an AI-based service business. It's a service that is productized, right? But a majority, if not all, of our deliverables, depending on what we're providing, can be done by AI, right? Depending on what it is. So yeah, there's not only us, but there's plenty of other people who are crushing it using AI, making, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000. Really depends on what you mean by profitable. Are you mean profitable by $1, couple $100? Are you paying for your kids in their college? Yeah, I mean, those things are definitely possible. So the short answer is yes, it's possible. I do recommend using it in the area that you already have an advantage in, and then using it to help productize different elements. Not the full thing, but different elements, and getting really good at it. Question from Martis41941. What are the best ways to get clients for your agency in 2026? The best way to get your clients in 2026, really going into 2027, is going to be, in my opinion, curating content that targets your customer and being authentic and not overusing AI for everything. Then curating more authority content on the recommended platforms for your target customer, whether it's email, LinkedIn, Instagram, what have you. Doing cold outreach and running ads. Now, if you can target local businesses, if you target local service businesses, then there's no question. You just need to do door to door. Just go to them, go into their building, go into their facility, all of them. Do those two things first, then do all the online stuff. Don't waste your time with the online because you're competing with everyone over the globe. Just get in front of them and get door to door, shake hands, kiss some babies, get yourself an easy win. You can do that and get yourself to $1 million+ a year before you even have to really touch the online business. So don't worry about it. Just do that first. Interesting question from Reddit is SEO, as clients are asking if they can just buy access to our AI workflows instead of hiring us. How do you even price that? This is an awesome one. This is a great question because you're going to see this more and more. And I find depending on how you deliver it, it can actually be a little bit of a trap. And I say it's a trap because you aren't technically wanting to sell the raw workflow. You're not just giving them the workflow or the process. What you're giving them is your proprietary structure and systems that you own and maintain that happen to help them do a series of things or one thing. So if it was me, I would look at either having a flat rate model where you go for volume with clients, right? Similar to the web design space, or you go the path of value where you focus on how much value are they likely to get out of it and what's the return that they're going to see on an annualized basis. And if it's something that's going to make them 100K, you shouldn't have to bat an eye at charging them $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, whatever you want to charge, right? And assuming that that process is pretty straightforward, I would do that. That's probably how I would approach it. It's very situational. I would argue it really depends on the type of business you want to grow, but I think it's a very viable business model. I think less of us actually have to do heavy service work and more quality customer management and delivery. So something to think on, but I think it would do well. That's everything I've got today. If you can take one thing away from this, here's how I would recommend going about using anything when it comes to business, and especially when it comes to AI and automation. That's every question I have today. If you could take one thing, is this, you want to think through it, is that's every question I have today. If you could take one thing, I would recommend you walk away with this. Automating everything isn't what the winners are doing. They're automating the thing that they know the most about, have the most proven examples for, and have validatable input that they're able to receive, which means they know if it's working or not. They are not letting AI and automation automate them into a void and hoping for the best. So if you want to get the more out of AI and automation and grow your business, start there and get moving. If you have any other questions or comments below you'd like for us in the future video, just put them down below. Would love to see your responses. I'll talk to you guys later.